Until Dawn is a choose-your-own-adventure horror game with a lot of important decisions. First-time players have no idea if the choice they are making affects something small or leads to a character's death. Some paths are more dangerous than others, and some choices have a bigger impact than others, which keeps players guessing the whole time. Here are the top 20 most important decisions to make in Until Dawn. Shooting the Squirrel, Chris Hartley. Some might think that Chapter 1 of the game holds no important decisions because they are introducing you to all the characters, but this is not the case. While at the shooting range, Chris has the option to shoot a squirrel. It is smart to avoid this because if you do, Sam will get a cut on her forehead that will cause her to forget to turn off her flashlight.
Oh my god, what's that? Get it away!
This will force her to get caught by the psycho and miss a bunch of clues to his identity. Face your fears, Josh Washington. At the end of each chapter, you get a short visit with Dr. Hill, who we end up learning is Josh's therapist. At the end of Chapter 1, Dr. Hill has you rank what things you fear most and gives you options to pick from. While this segment seems unconnected to the game, the truth is that the decisions made here will alter the game to make it more horrifying for the player. If you pick spiders, spiders will become more present. If you pick needles, the psycho will use a needle to attack Sam. And if you pick zombies, Dr. Hill will turn into a zombie throughout the game.
Every turn you choose to push them away, now you're all alone.
This is Until Dawn's way of figuring out your fears and using them against you. Weapon for later, Sam Giddings. Chapter 2 has a moment where Sam and Josh are turning on the boiler in the basement. It is important to look around for clues before going straight to the boiler because there is a baseball bat sitting near it.
It'd be pretty rough playing baseball out in all that snow.
No, it wasn't in the winter, silly. I mean, we'd come up in the summer and we would have the best time. The whole family was there. Mom, Dad, my sisters. It was some serious competition out there on the big lawn.
If you miss this, Josh will lock it in the cabinet, and you won't have it as an option later in case you get trapped back there with the psycho.
Gotcha.
Risky paths, Mike Monroe. This is the first decision in the entire game that can cause a character to die. After Jessica is taken from the cabin, Mike must run after her in Chapter 4 to save her. Players will have the option to choose risky paths or safe paths. Slow and steady usually wins the race, but not in Until Dawn. Choosing the safe paths will cause you to get there too late and will lead to Jessica's death. Important dialogue, Matt Taylor. Most of the conversation choices in Until Dawn just lead to the character relationships being affected, but this is not the case with Emily and Matt's conversation in Chapter 5.
What about the fire tower on the map you found?
Well, I guess it's an option.
Oh, maybe it has a radio or something. I mean, it would, wouldn't it?
Matt can agree or disagree to go up to the fire tower with Emily. If Matt agrees, he will shoot the flare gun off when he gets to the top of the tower, but if he disagrees, he will keep the flare gun and can use it to save his life later on. Run, run, hide, Sam Giddings. There are a lot of different choices you can make during the Sam Psycho chase, but there is a certain path you can take to increase your chance of escaping. When he first comes after you at the end of Chapter 5, choosing to run will help you get away from him, since he has a limp that's slowing him down. Once he's lost where you are, it's important you hide. If you choose to run instead of hide on this last option, you will run right into him and get caught. Man's best friend, Mike Monroe. In Chapter 5, Mike runs into a wolf and has the option to punch him. Until Dawn always punishes the players for hurting animals, so you already know that this is a bad choice. Refusing to hit the dog will cause Wolfie to remember you later and potentially help you escape the sanatorium.
Hey. I was hoping I'd run into you again.
Elk killing, Matt Taylor. When the elk surround Emily and Matt in Chapter 6, Matt will have an option to attack the elk with his axe. There is a sign shown earlier in the game that warns the player about how elk have a herd mentality. So if Matt kills the elk, the rest of them will force Matt off the cliff and he will have to fight for his life. These are the fastest QTEs in the game, and failing them will cause Matt to fall to his death. The flare gun, Emily Davis. If you find the flare gun as Emily in Chapter 6, you will get the option to keep it or give it to Matt if he's still alive.
Let's go.
If you have Emily keep the flare, you can stop her from getting bit later, which will protect her against a potential death. If you give the flare gun to Matt and he keeps it, he can use it as a weapon later, which will protect him from death. The choice you should make here depends on the decisions you've already made earlier in the game. Don't shoot Ashley, Chris Hartley. Chris faces many tough choices in this game, but his most important choice comes at the end of Chapter 6. There are actually 3 decisions that the player can make. You are forced to shoot Ashley, shoot Chris, or wait and kill them both.
You can take that gun in front of you and shoot Ashley, or you can shoot yourself. Whoever's left can live. The choice is yours.
While all of these sound really bad, there is only one wrong answer: shooting Ashley. None of the outcomes in this moment will result in death because it is all a prank by Josh, but shooting Ashley will make her mad at you, and later she will leave you outside to die to the Wendigos. Ditch Emily, Matt Taylor. Emily may always be right, but choosing to save her is not the correct choice here. In Chapter 6, when Emily is hanging off the fire tower, you can either save her or jump to safety.
Em, this is pretty unsteady over here.
Matt, you gotta do something right now. What are you waiting for?
I'm thinking. Let me think.
Don't think, you idiot. Just get me out of here.
The truth is, Emily always survives this fall. But if Matt falls into the mines without a weapon to defend himself, he is destined to die. The safe choice is to have Matt jump to safety, securing his survival. Unless you have the flare gun or you want to die a hero. Emily's infected, Mike Monroe. If Emily is bit by the Wendigo, Mike will have an opportunity to shoot her in Chapter 8 to stop her from turning.
Whoa, okay. Whoa. Mike, calm down.
You're gonna shoot me? Mike, me?
This is the safe room, Em.
Please.
It is not safe as long as you're in it. Not for us.
You find out right after this moment that the Wendigo curse doesn't spread from a bite, so the correct choice to make here is to not shoot Emily. But just know that if you do keep her alive, her chances of continuing to complain about Matt are way higher. Truth or lie? Ashley Brown. After encouraging Mike to shoot Emily in Chapter 8, Ashley reads the truth about the Wendigos and discovers that Emily is going to be okay. She is given the option to lie or tell the truth about what she knows. While there isn't exactly a correct answer to this, choosing to tell the truth will cause Emily to be mad at Ashley.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse for
Emily,
this.
please, just try to understand.
Understand the palm of my hand.
I'm sorry.
She will push her out of the way in the finale and will be at a greater risk of death because Emily will get out of the lodge first. If Ashley lies, Emily won't do this and she will be at a greater risk of death. Josh's redemption, Josh Washington. Many players were unhappy that in the original release of Until Dawn, there is no happy ending for Josh. That was fixed in the 2024 remaster of the game. In Chapter 8, Josh is given a chance to apologize, and doing this will result in him potentially surviving the game as himself.
I hope for your sake, Joshua, that you can find redemption.
You also have to not let any other main characters die, or Josh will still end the game as a Wendigo. The Trapdoor, Ashley Brown. The traditional rule of any horror movie is to not wander off on your own, and boy is that the case in Until Dawn. Chapter 9 presents Ashley with the choice of either joining the group or following a strange voice to see what it is. Just saying that out loud sounds bad, and sure enough, the voice is anything but someone in need of help. The game does reward you for going down the risky path by placing a totem there, and you can get it without dying, but whatever you do, do not open the trapdoor. Barricade the door. Mike Monroe. Sometimes small decisions lead to large consequences, and that is absolutely the case here. In Chapter 9, Mike has a chase scene in the sanatorium where he can be united with his friend, Wolfie. He will be given the option to either barricade the door or escape. If you choose escape, a Wendigo will jump out and kill Wolfie.
Come on down. It's all right.
If you barricade the door, the wolf will be unharmed and will survive the night. Splitting up. Ashley Brown. If Chris makes it to Chapter 9, he will want to stay back while the rest of the group wanders in the mines.
I'm kind of gimping out here, guys. I think maybe you should go on without me.
Ashley will be given the decision to allow him to do this or force him to stay with them. If the player chooses to let him stay, he will be at risk of death if he stumbles upon the trapdoor or if Ashley has already opened it. If he follows the group, he will avoid this death and will be guaranteed to survive the game. Hannah's Journal. Sam Giddings. The most important clue in the entire game can be found in Chapter 10 by Sam while she and Mike are looking for Josh. Missing this discovery will cause the players to miss a large piece of the story and will also result in Josh's death. This journal reveals the truth of what happened to Hannah and will help Josh recognize her later.
Hannah was down here.
I don't believe any of this.
She would have been starving. She would have been desperate.
Jess Can't Run. Matt Taylor. Jessica and Matt can run into each other in Chapter 10 since neither of them make it back to the lodge for the big finale. They are stuck in the mines and have their own little finale where they must try to survive together. While Matt is in pretty good condition, Jess is very weak and seems like she can barely walk. Players must take this information into consideration when deciding whether to have them run or hide. If you choose to have them run, Jess will not be able to keep up and will die to the Wendigo. Perfect timing. Sam Giddings. The last scene of Chapter 10 presents the group with a challenging task, sneaking one by one out of the cabin without getting caught by the multiple Wendigos roaming around. Sam has complete control over this scene and must decide when to run to the light switch to blow up the lodge. Even though you are given the option to run, the best decision is to save the others or hide. Running too early will result in characters burning up because they weren't able to get out in time. Alright, that was 20 of the most important decisions in Until Dawn. That's all for today. Remember to subscribe and comment below any big choices in the game that I might have missed.